Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network. My name is Guy Newcomb, a.k.a. the Scoreboard Guy, being alongside for the foreseeable future. We've reached out to several coaches here throughout the evening, and we will be hearing from Bowling Green head coach Mark St. Clair at 9:40. At 9:50, we'll be joined by Nixa head football coach John Perry. We've reached out across the state. A lot of games have gone fine a little bit earlier tonight. And we'll kind of shoot what we have at this point um, of the evening. This is in classes, or excuse me, in 8-man football and classes 2 through 6. This is district semifinal night. And in class 1, it is district quarterfinal night, as there are only 4 districts in class 1. So we'll get right to it. Here, we'll run through some scores. You can go to scoreboardguy.net or go to Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Click on that link. We'll read you what we have at this point. We'll check in a couple different sources. But certainly glad that you've tuned in. And as always, presented by Launa Labor's Local 663, who remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Final score, Mid-Buchanan defeats East Buchanan 20-7. Ash Grove in the fourth quarter, 22-0 over Midway. At final in Capital City, as Lebanon goes to Capital City and avenges a loss earlier in the years, they win 44-24. Joplin over Kickapoo, 21-7. Carthage defeats Neosho, 35-14. Mount View Liberty shuts out Houston, 42-0. Valley Catholic over Kelly, 52-14, and Lamar over Stockton, 50-8. Elsewhere, Albany defeats King City, 54-30 in the fourth quarter. Slater is leading Northwest, 32-30. Also in the fourth quarter, North Shelby over Knox County, 44-42. Platte County defeats Central, 50-0. It was Archie in 8-man football over Rich Hill, 57-0. Lockwood defeats a Liberal, 70-0. And in a dogfight, Savannah hangs on and they defeat Smithville, 11-10. It was Kearney over Van Horn, 49-7. Warrensburg defeats Nixa, 28-26. I'm sorry, Nevada, 28-26. Folks in Christian County just about a stroke there. In the fourth quarter, Bolivar is on top of Carl Junction on the road, 24-6. And I apologize as we making our way here with some coaches that are going to be calling in as well. In the fourth quarter, West Plains is on top of Logan Rogersville, 27-19. And it has gone final. Bolivar defeats Carl Junction, 24-6. Elsewhere, St. Pius X over Fort Osage, 36-6. Father Tolton defeats Centralia, 37-20. And Caruthersville over East Prairie, 41-6. Also, Hannibal defeats Mexico, 42-7. We'll be joined by Coach Jeff Geschwinder here at 10 o'clock from Hannibal, provided his phone holds up. It was Warrenton over Osage, 42-7. In the fourth quarter, Pacific on top of Sullivan, 35-20. Gateway defeats Union, 14-13. Was Perryville over Hillsboro, 21-7. Festus in the fourth quarter leads North County, 35-10. Warsaw shuts out Sarcoxy, 39-0. Herman defeats St. Pius out of Festus, 26-19. Mount View Liberty, 42-0 over Houston. Maryville, they shut out Chillicothe, 35-0. It was Cameron over Richmond, 28-14. Boonville leads Knob-Noster, 27-7 in the fourth. Blair Oak shuts out Southern Boone, 66-0. In the fourth quarter, Moberly on top of Wright City, 42-21. Hallsville in the fourth quarter leads St. Charles West 26-20. Final score, Seneca defeats Aurora 41-6. Elsewhere, final, Mount Vernon. They get Mountain Grove. They trailed in that game 7-0, then 14-7. They had a pick six right before the half to go up 21-14, and they never looked back. Stratford, they defeat St. James 42-20. It was Live for Life 34-2 over St. Francis Borgia, that in the fourth quarter. Final score, St. Genevieve defeats Park Hill Central 26-16. It was Dexter over Fredericktown 42-20. Elsewhere, Father Tolton defeats Centralia 37-20. In the fourth quarter, Fairgrove leads Thayer 27-20. Once trailed in that contest. Elsewhere, final, South Shelby defeats Macon 49-18. Or 48-19, my apologies. Brookfield over Lawson 28-14. Monroe City defeats Clark County 48-8. Bowling Green defeats Jefferson 60-12. We'll be hearing from Coach Mark St. Clair here in just a moment. Liberty shuts out Houston 42-0. South Shelby over Macon 48-19. Was Monroe City 48-8 over Clark County. My apologies, I'm reading those twice. Pembroke Hill over Butler 49-6. Elsewhere, Lamar defeats Stockton 50-8. Was Warsaw over Sarcoxy 39-0. Herman in the fourth quarter leading St. Pius 26-19. Caruthersville defeats East Prairie 41-6. Valley Catholic over Kelly 52-14. Tipton shuts out Crestridge 69-0. It was Westran over Cole Camp 50-8. Elsewhere today, Penny leading Maysville 43-0. Has gone final. Adrian defeats Lincoln 55-14. Marionville shuts out Miller 22-0. St. Vincent, they defeat Louisiana 26-0. Was St. Pius X over Fort Osage 36-6. Platte County defeats St. Joe Central 50-0. Webb City over Green Valley 21-9. The reports of Webb City's demise have been greatly exaggerated. In the fourth quarter, North Point leads Liberty 21-20. Final score, Fort Zumwalt West defeats Fort Zumwalt North 35-31. Republic defeats Hillcrest 54-27. In the fourth quarter, Branson, I believe that has gone final now, but they were leading 50-29 over Glendale. Elias in the fourth leads Camdenton 45-17. Lafayette, they defeat Rockwood Summit 49-7. Washington, and maybe the biggest upset of the night, Washington defeats Eureka 14-13. Poplar Bluff trailing Cape Central 28-21 in the fourth. Also in the fourth, DeSmet leads Pattonville 43-28. Final score, Lee Summit North defeats Raymore Peculiar 42-7. Nixa over Ozark 35-8. Jackson defeats Lindbergh 31-14. Oakville falls at Seckman 34-7. At the half, New Heights Christian was leading Greenfield 42-36. Putnam County, they defeat Scotland County 14-7. North Platte over Milan 26-6. In the fourth quarter, West Platte leads Polo 49-19. Pierce City defeats Windsor 20-8. It was Harrisburg over Fayette 16-6. Salisbury defeats Marceline 24-13. Crystal City over Malden 36-8. It was Parkway North over Fort Zumwalt East 42-20. Adrian defeats Lincoln 55-14. Lutheran North, they shut out Jennings 52-0. MICDS over Chaminade 48-14. Christian Brothers defeats Marquette 48-0. In the fourth quarter, Oak Park leads North Kansas City 27-13. Lee Summit, they defeat Rockhurst 17-14. It was Rockbridge over St. Dominic 35-14. Kirkwood defeats Howell, or they're on top of Howell 28-14 in the fourth. Westminster, they defeat St. Charles 37-6. Westran over Colcamp 50-8. Harrisburg defeats Fayette 16-6. John Burroughs over Owensville 56-7. Lift for Life defeats Lutheran South 52-0. Ladue over Riverview Gardens. Oh, that was last week. My apologies. I get to going, and that the last two scores were from last week. So, anyway, you're listening to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, where everyone has a home field advantage. We'll run through some of the matchups here upcoming. We do know in eight-man football, District 3, Concordia defeats Sweet Springs 49-6 and Slater 32-30 over Northwest. So next week in the district championship, Slater will be at Concordia. Elsewhere in District 7, that district championship has been set as Albany defeats King City 54-30 and Worth County over Platte Valley 34-30. We're going to see here if we can get a hold of Coach Mark St. Clair. We reach out. This is
Hello,
Coach St. Clair. Welcome to the show.
thank you.
Coach, you get a big win tonight there for Bowling Green. Tell us about tonight's contest.
We just simply had our best half of football in the first half. I thought we raised our level a little bit. We jumped out to a good lead, in the first quarter, and it just kept rolling.
Tell us about some of the young men who really stood out tonight in that 60-12 victory over Jefferson Festus.
It's hard without looking at film, as because I'm just calling plays and doing stuff. But we had one kid had 6 touchdowns, Dane Dunn. We're pretty efficient on the offensive side. The quarterback threw well, but defensively, we were just really, really solid. In fact, we got 4 turnovers, 3 of them on kickoffs. So turnovers were a big part of it, but we felt like it was our best half of football we've played so far this year.
Did you come out of tonight's contest, relatively healthy?
We think so. Of course, we'll get back Monday and get back to work.
And I believe you've got Herman coming up next week. What do you know about Herman?
Absolutely nothing. Been working on getting ready for Jefferson, and now that we're done with that, we'll get some film and figure out what we need to do to get ready to take on Herman.
Well, outstanding. Well, Coach, again, congratulations on a 60-12 victory tonight in the semifinals of the district championship. Best of luck next week, and hopefully we'll get to visit again.
Thank you. Appreciate what you do.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Mark St. Clair there, and they will be playing Herman next week on the 15th. Herman is 8-2 on the season, and you look at just the statistics there. Bowling Green is 10-1 on the season. Herman is 8-2. Bowling Green will be at Herman. Herman is 4-1 at home this year. Bowling Green scoring over 54 points per game while just giving up 11. Herman is scoring 26.5 a game and giving up nearly 16. So this will be their first matchup, according to Misha. They have one like opponent, and that's Montgomery County, who Herman defeated 26-6, and Bowling Green defeated 70-14. As we head back here, first off, we're going to take a quick time out. I didn't realize we got that far into the show. You're listening to Friday Night Live on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Back after these messages.
I'll have the avocado toast, minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days.
Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together, we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate! Hey, welcome back to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network. Guy Newcomb alongside. Certainly glad that you've tuned in wherever you're listening from. Hey, I invite you, go to our Facebook page and give us a like on Facebook. That way, anytime we go live with anything, whether it be interviews, we've got things coming out typically every day of the week. Our Chevy Leaders of the Ozarks, male and female athletes of the week, our Iona Laborers Local 663 teams of the week, or Where Are They Now Wednesdays with Playing on Sports, Kent Mueller. Got Huddle Up with Johnny Mack, Coach Archer, and myself on Thursday mornings. Got On Deck with D-Row and Coach Arch on Mondays, I believe. And I get the replays on that, but I'm pretty sure it airs on a Monday. But and then interviews just throughout the week. Had a great chance today to catch up with a retired athletic director, basketball coach, or I should say activities director from Marquette High School. Had spent some time at University of Missouri with Norm Stewart, head coach at Eldon High School, and Shane Matson, who recently has written a book. Got to interview him. That interview went out today at 4 o'clock. I really enjoyed visiting with him. Anyway, our scores from tonight, 8-man football. It was Lockwood over Liberal 70-0. Concordia over Sweet Springs 49-6. Slater defeats Northwest 32-30. West Nottoway over North Andrew 36-18. Albany defeats King City 54-30. Was Worth County over Platte Valley 34-30. Sorry. Crystal City over, we're now going into Class 1 football from tonight in the semifinals. Was Crystal City over Malden 36-8. Charleston defeats Chaffee 50-14. Elsewhere in that district, St. Vincent defeated Louisiana. I believe that was 19-0, but St. Vincent won. The Hayti-Van Far game is tomorrow. In District 2, Class 1, Tipton over Crestridge 69-0. It was Salisbury over Marceline 24-13. Westrand defeats Colcamp 50-8. Harrisburg over Fayette 16-6. In District 3, Marionville 22-0 over Miller. Pierce City defeats Windsor 20-8. It was Adrian over Lincoln 55-14. In District 4, North Platte defeats Milan 26-6. Putnam County over Scotland County 14-7. In Class 2 is Valley Catholic 52-14 over Kelly. Caruthersville defeats East Prairie 41-6. In District 2 semifinals was Herman over St. Pius X 26-19. And Bowling Green defeats Jefferson 60-12. In District 3 was Lafayette County over South Callaway 42-12. Father Tolton defeats Centralia 37-20. In District 4, I think the Fair Grove game has went final, but I haven't seen that yet, so we won't report on that. Mount Jude Liberty over Houston 42-0. In District 5, Lamar defeats Stockton 50-8. It was Warsaw over Socoxy, so Lamar will be at Warsaw next Friday night. In District 6, Pembroke Hill 49-6 over Butler. Haven't seen the score from Kip, KC Legacy, and Holden yet. In District 7, it was South Shelby 48-19 over Macon. Monroe City defeats Clark County 48-6. And in District 8, Brookfield defeats Lawson, and they will match up with Mid Buchanan, who defeated East Buchanan 20-7. In Class 3, brought to you by Central Bank of the Ozarks, longtime sponsor here at the Missouri Sports Network. In Class 3, it was Dexter over Fredericktown, and St. Genevieve defeats Park Hill Central 26-16. District 2, the John Burroughs St. Clair game will be tomorrow, and I haven't seen a file from Borgia and Live for Life. We welcome to the show now next Eagles head coach John Perry. Coach Perry, thanks for your time today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Coach, big win tonight. It's awful hard to beat a good team twice in a season, and you had to take on Ozark once again, and you get a victory tonight. Tell us about the game.
Well, we got off to a quick start. Scored 21 really fast, and then sputtered a little bit. Our center was out, so we had a little issue with a snap issue. Got that corrected, and went on and played. I thought our defense played really well. They scored a touchdown late on our twos, but I thought our defense played really well all night long, very physical and fast, and ran to the ball. Offensively, I thought we were a little bit loose. We weren't as tight as we have been being, and I think some of that's having 2 weeks off, and maybe how we attack that. Maybe we didn't get enough full speed ones-on-one stuff, but it was a good night. I thought Ozark played hard. They were feisty and got after it. So hats off to them for being physical.
Coach, talk about some of the players who really played well for you tonight. I realized you had Dylan Ribera, who was the most valuable player of the Springfield area quarterback club, and then Parker Mann, is a defensive player of the year for the Springfield area quarterback club. Talk about some of the guys who really stood out for you tonight.
Well, both of those guys were fantastic, as they have been all year long. Also, I thought Randy Flint was great. He had an interception, return for a touchdown that, was big for us right before half. That was fantastic. We've had Carter Fangrove came out this year and had not played football, until like in ninth grade. He's a senior now. And he has gotten better and better and better. He was one of our better ninth graders, and then he didn't play, concentrated on baseball. He's come back. He played fantastic. Our linebackers were good. Like, I thought defensively we were solid, all the way around. Offensively, the same thing. Like, we had the snap issue, but I thought the offensive line was good. Dylan Ribera, ran for a lot of yards and was physical. It was a good night.
Did you come out of tonight's contest relatively healthy?
Yeah, we did, and we'll get our center back next week, and we are or will be 100% healthy, which probably not many people can say that at this point in time in the season.
Well, outstanding. Did you guys have to deal? I've been tracking lots of games throughout the evening. Did you have to deal with any weather?
No, we actually we had a running clock in the second half, so I think the running clock saved us from being out there in the weather. So the officials were very thankful, I think, and we were thankful too that we were able to get out of there before the weather hit. It's raining now, but we got off the field before it really started.
Well, outstanding. Well, Coach, again, congratulations, and good luck next week, and hopefully we'll get to visit with you throughout the season here. As there's still several weeks left to go, another month of the season. So hope the Nixie Eagles are alive and well that entire month, and hopefully we'll get to visit with you throughout the month.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everything that you do with the quarterback club. Was fantastic this year. I really appreciate you guys.
Outstanding, Coach. We appreciate you. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir.
All right. John Perry there from Nixa High School. They get a big victory. They're going to take on Joplin next week, and, of course, a rematch. Everybody in this district is in the same conference now with Kickapoo and the new kind of COC, so to speak. But, Nixon's got a real chance. I think they're probably one of the favorites, maybe along with Lee Summit North. Coming out of the Kansas City area, they've been playing very well. Then you've got the CBC factor there in the St. Louis area, maybe a DeSmet. And you can't overlook a Troy Buchanan. I haven't seen a final from Troy Buchanan and Francis House Central yet. I may try and reach out to Coach Wiggers from Troy Buchanan and get him on here if they won tonight. You were listening to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network. Let's get back to the scoreboard, kind of where we left off. In Class 5, it was Washington over Eureka, and maybe the upset of the night. Washington was the 4 seed going into that contest tonight. Hazelwood East defeats Ladue 43-16. MICDS over Chaminade 48-14. Elias defeats Camdenton. Was Lebanon with a huge win over Capital City 44-24 at Capital City, avenging a loss earlier this season. Branson defeats Glendale, and they will play Republic. The two teams that have not met have been conference members for, until this year, I want to say probably close to 30 years, but they have not met this season. Branson is the 1 seed, so they will host Republic. And we have reached out to Branson head coach Aaron Hafner about coming on tonight. Was Carthage over Neosho? That was a close game throughout early, but Carthage hangs on. They get the victory there, and they will host Webb City. Last time they played, Carthage won 14-13. Platte County over St. Joe Central 50-0. St. Pius, I did see a score here on maybe I did not. So anyway, we'll see if we can't track that down as well. I believe St. Pius defeated Fort Osage. In Class 6, District 1, I know Jackson defeated Lindbergh. Seckman over Oakville. CBC over Marquette 48-0. I believe Kirkwood defeated Francis Howe. DeSmet defeats Pattonville. It was SLU 43-40 over Rittenhour. So the 3 seed SLU moves on. There was St. Pius 36-6 over Fort Osage. Nixa over Ozark. Joplin defeats Kickapoo. In District 6, Lee Summit North 42-7 over Raypeg. Rockhurst and Lee Summit, I've seen a final, but I don't have it up here yet. And we will refresh this page as we await Coach Jeff Geschwinder from Hannibal will be joining us. Going back as some of the scores now have been updated. In 8-man football, Lockwood, as I mentioned, Lockwood defeats Liberal 70-0. It was Greenfield over New Heights 64-50. Archie defeats Osceola 57-0. It was Concordia over Sweet Springs 49-6. Slater defeats Northwest 32-30. Bramer 69-14 over Santa Fe. And speaking of Bramer, you need to check out the interview with Jordan Haley that was done this past week on a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, as he becomes the all-time career leader in touchdown passes at any level in the country. 6-man football, 8-man football, 11-man football. He is your all-time leader in career passing touchdowns, and still got a few games to go. At least one. as they win 69-14. It was Wellington Napoleon over Hardin Central 39-18. So Wellington Napoleon will be at Bramer next week. Elsewhere, Plattsburgh defeats St. Joe Christian 56-48. Rockport over Tarkio 66-20. West Nottoway defeats North Andrew 36-18. Albany over King City 54-30. And it was Paris over Schuyler County 86-46. North Shelby defeats Knox County 44-42. In Class 1 football, Crystal City over Malden 36-8. Charleston over Chaffee 50-14. Tipton defeats Crestridge 69-0. Salisbury over Marceline 24-13. West Strand defeats Colcamp 50-8. Harrisburg over Fayette 16-6. Marionville defeats Miller 22-0. Pierce City 20-8 over Windsor. Adrian 55-14 over Lincoln. Elsewhere, West Platte defeats Polo 49-19. North Platte over Milan 26-6. Putnam County defeats Scotland County 14-7. In Class 2, Valley Catholic defeats Kelly 52-14, and they will host Caruthersville as Caruthersville defeated East Prairie 41-6. Herman 26-19 over St. Pius X, and they will host Bowling Green, who defeated Jefferson 60-12. In District 3, Lafayette County defeats South Callaway 42-12. And we welcome to the show now Hannibal head coach Jeff Geschwender. Coach, thanks so much for your time.
Oh, thanks for having me, Guy. Appreciate it.
Coach, big win tonight. Tell us about the game.
Oh, it was a slugfest. This was the game I expected 5 weeks ago when we played them in the regular season. They had some dudes injured, and we kind of got up on them a little bit. This is the type of game that I expected with these guys. They are a physical downhill team. They're coached very well at what they do. We had some issues, had to make some adjustments, both sides of the ball. It was a heck of a game. I mean, we battled back and forth pretty much the entire game until the fourth quarter.
42-27 is the final. Tell us about some of the standout performances.
It was kind of somebody different. It seemed like each time a big play got made, it was somebody different on each side of the ball. But, our two running backs were just studs tonight, Landon Essig and Darian Washington. We put a lot of weight on their shoulders tonight, and they really grew up and understood how important those 3-4 yard runs are, our offensive line and our quarterback, they just grinded it out. It was a 1-point game going back and forth the whole time. And then, they were driving the ball, finishing the third quarter, and we got an interception the first play of the fourth quarter. And then we took 19-play, 10.5-minute drive to score to go up by 2 touchdowns. And that's pretty much what did it, and that was all on little 3- and 4-yard runs by our running backs and our line just grinding it out, and our quarterback making good reads. And, defensively, linebackers played well. James Wetton made the big interception in the fourth quarter. But our kids just dug down deep and started tackling a lot better second half. And, it was a battle. It was a heck of a football game.
Coach, tell us about your next opponent. And I don't know if who that might be. I'm trying to figure that out by looking at the mission site.
We play Warrenton will be the next game. And, I know absolutely nothing about them this year, except we played them in the district championship last year. I know they're doing a lot of the same type of stuff, but I have not seen anything from them this year. So as soon as I get home, we're going to get to work. But, I know they're going to be a good team. They're going to have some athletes out there, and hopefully we get healthy for next week. We got a bunch of dudes out right now, and they're on the verge of getting back suited up. So
I'm hoping things go our way a little bit coming into next week and get some guys back. But should be a fun game. It's going to be a great atmosphere.
Outstanding. You know where that will that be at your place or theirs?
It should be at their place.
All right. Well, Coach, hey, your battery on your phone held up for us.
Yeah, it sure did. I don't know how, but it was at 2%, I think, whenever I called you. So.
Well, we'll let you jump off here and get it charged up and recharge your batteries as well, and look forward to next week.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guy. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thanks, Coach.
Bye.
Coach Jeff Geschwinder there from Hannibal, kind enough to join us, and they get a big win tonight. We do have a final as Forsyth defeats East Newton 31-28, and Troy Buchanan defeats Francis Howell Central 70-25. So we'll reach out to a couple of those coaches here. You're listening to Friday Night Live on the Missouri Sports Network. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back. We'll visit with Warsaw head coach Ryan Boyer after these messages from the Missouri Sports Network.
In the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammonds Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey, welcome back to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network. Certainly glad you've tuned in. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, hey, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Once again, I'd like to remind you, hey, go to our Facebook page and give us a like. Go to YouTube and subscribe. Cape Central defeats Poplar Bluff 28-21. Forsyth over East Newton 31-28. And I apologize here again. We're flying the desk here. That's why we got the camera off. You don't want to see what goes on behind the scenes here. As we're trying to get scores and update scores and get folks on. But special thanks to the coaches who have called. In the first hour, we had Coach Mark St. Clair from Bowling Green. Also had John Perry from Nixa. And coming up here in just a moment or two, we should be hearing from Ryan Boyer from Warsaw. That rings loud. Coach Boyer, welcome to the show.
Hey, how we doing?
We're doing good. Coach, you get a huge win tonight over Sarcoxia, a shutout victory, so you're probably doing better than us. But tell us about tonight's contest.
No, yeah, we're pleased with this team all the way around. Coming off a bye week, those are nice in terms of getting guys healthy, but you kind of worry about getting out of a routine. But our kids did a good job coming out, showing up, and this getting to work. Sarcoxia runs that triple option look, and so something you don't see as much as you used to. And but the kids, like I said, did well getting that stopped, and then we're able to make some big plays throughout the first half with some quick scores and just jump out ahead early on.
Coach, you've given up 21 points over your last 6 games. Talk about that defense and that effort that they're putting out.
Yeah, they do a tremendous job of, not just in their preparation, but, overall speed of the defense is great, but then just trusting in each other. This was a great example tonight. Again, when you're playing a team running that triple option, you have to trust that, hey, one guy's going to take the dive and one's going to take the quarterback and the other's going to take the pitch. And, you just with that, we always talk and preach swarm tackling and 11 hats to the ball. And again, it's always easy to say these things, but kids have really bought into it. Coach Wisdom, our defense coordinator there, he does a great job of just preparing them each week and really just working to their strengths.
Coach, you opened up the season with Adrian, Lafayette County, who are both 9-1 right now on the season. How well do you think your regular season playing teams like that has kind of prepared you here for this state tournament?
It's definitely something that we talk to our kids about. Some people don't like to have that luxury of being able to have a non-conference schedule or be able to play some of those non-conference games. But I think it's great if you can get some real quality opponents to fill those spots. And I know Adrian has joined our conference this year, so that was conference. But yeah, again, it was just something that we talked about even just going into the season was, hey, we're going to jump right into this thing and into these first few weeks, very playoff type atmosphere games, and you don't always get that, especially back-to-back weeks. So it's done nothing but get us better, prepare us, I feel like, for the playoffs. And and in both of those games we were actually down at halftime, and so our kids, I felt like, really grew, especially our underclassmen and some of those guys that haven't seen a lot of varsity time.
Coach, and now you've got Lamar, and the reports of their demise has been greatly exaggerated as they're playing well right now, maybe getting a little healthy. What do you know about the Tigers?
Hey, the banners don't lie, and they are who they are. It's nice to obviously have the home field advantage, but with that, yeah, it doesn't matter regular season records. When you hit playoffs, everybody's 0-0. And so you have to throw all that out. And like we told our kids, each week you advance. I think I always tell people it's kind of an ignorant question to ask, hey, how's this next team look? Well, they're going to be good. They're still playing ball. And they have a ton of, Lamar's a ton of tradition. Those guys do it right, and obviously have had a ton of success. So it's one that the same approach we've taken all year of just take it 1 week at a time. And we'll say, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. And I think our kids are going to be up and look for the challenge, and it's going to be a full quarter game for sure.
Coach, you come out of tonight's contest, other than being, week 11 of the high school football season, how are you guys with regards to your health?
Oh, we're doing well. We're doing well. I know everybody's a little bit dinged up, but overall, doing well and as healthy as we can be. And everybody came out tonight injury-free as they could be. So we're very pleased.
Well, outstanding. Well, Coach, greatly appreciate you being generous with your time. Congratulations on the shutout victory tonight over Sarcoxy, 39-0. And we look forward to the events of next week. And it's got to be awesome to welcome Lamar to your home field here and introduce him to the Warsaw community.
Yep, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it for sure.
All right. Well, Coach, I greatly appreciate it, Coach Boyer, and have a great evening.
Hey, you too. Thank you.
You bet. Coach Ryan Boyer there from Warsaw. They get a 39-0 victory over Sarcoxy, and they will host Lamar next week in the district championship. Elsewhere, we've got a final from Ash Grove as they defeat Midway 36-14. Slew over Rittenhour 43-40. We'll be hearing from Troy Buchanan, head coach Brett Wiggers here at about 10:20. 10:30, we've got Nick Bear from Seckman, who's officially now a friend of the show. This will be his 4th or 5th visit with us, going back to even a preseason there as well. We'll look at the scores. Go to scoreboardguide.net. You can click or go to MissouriSportsNetwork.com and click on the scoreboard link, and all the scores from tonight will be there, and we'll get the matchups for next week up as soon as we can. Want to remind you that you are listening to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And once again, the Missouri State Highway Patrol remind us, hey, buckle up. Take that 3 seconds and put your dang seatbelt on. Don't put your car in drive without putting your seatbelt on, or reverse, or whatever it may be. Make sure everybody in your vehicle is buckled up. I mean, they're riding with you. Obviously, you care about them. Make them as safe as they can be in their or in your vehicle. Hey, it's 3 seconds. Hey, be safe, be smart, be here tomorrow. We just locked up Coach Aaron Fritz from Mid-Buchanan. He'll be joining us at 10:40. We'll run through the scores here as we wait to hear from Brett Wiggers from Troy Buchanan. 8-man action. It was Lockwood over Liberal, 70-0. Greenfield defeats New Heights, 64-50. So Greenfield will be at Lockwood. And those communities are maybe 10, 12 miles apart. They're just off of 39 Highway in northern Lawrence County and maybe Dade County. I don't know, I'm geographically challenged, but I know they're not too far apart. I actually did my student teaching at Greenfield High School many, many moons ago. In District 2 was Archie over Osceola, 57-0. District 3, Concordia defeats Sweet Springs, 49-6. It was Slater over Northwest, 32-30. Bramer defeats Santa Fe, 69-14. Wellington Napoleon over Hardin Central, 39-18. In District 5, it was Plattsburgh over St. Joe Christian, 56-48. District 6, Rockport defeats Tarkio, 66-20. It was West Nottoway over North Andrew, 36-18. In District 7, it was Albany over King City, 54-30. Worth County defeats Platte Valley, 34-30. And North Shelby, 44-42 over Knox County. Paris, excuse me, over Schuyler County, 86-46. And in Class 1, it was Crystal City over Malden, 36-8. Charleston defeats Chaffee, 50-14. In District 2, Tipton over Crestridge, 69-0. Salisbury defeats Marceline, 24-13. West Strand over Colcamp, 50-8. Harrisburg defeats Fayette, 16-6. In District 3 was Marionville over Miller, 22-0. Pierce City defeats Windsor, 20-8. It was Adrian over Lincoln, 55-14. Ash Grove defeats Midway, 36-14. In District 4, it was West Platte over Polo, 49-19. North Platte defeats Milan, 26-6. Putnam County over Scotland County, 14-7. In Class 2, semifinals, was Valley Catholic over Kelly, 52-14. Caruthersville defeats East Prairie, 41-6. Herman defeats St. Pius, 26-19. Bowling Green over Jefferson, 60-12. And we welcome to the show now from Troy Buchanan, head coach Brett Wiggers. Coach Wiggers, thanks so much for your time today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me on.
Big win tonight for the Trojans. Tell us a little bit about tonight's contest.
Yeah, it was a good game for us. We started out actually a little bit slow. We got off. We scored on the opening possession, and then had a little bit of a bust on defense. They go for a big touchdown run. And then we fumbled the ensuing kickoff. On our kickoff return, we fumbled, and they went and scored. So we were actually trailing in the first quarter. Told the kids, stay calm, kind of tried to settle them down, rally the troops, and we ended up putting up 70 on the scoreboard. So it was a really good night for our offense.
So 10-0 now. Talk about some of the kids right now that are playing really well for the Trojans.
Yeah, first one that needs a shout out is our running back Carter Dow. Carter's a junior. He was just earlier this week named the GAC South Conference Player of the Year. And this evening, he actually broke our school's single-season rushing touchdowns and single-season rushing yards record. So Carter has had a phenomenal season running football for us. So we're very pleased with him. Quarterback Hunter Humphrey's doing a great job getting the ball where it needs to go. He's a dual threat, can get it done through the air, get it done on the ground. So he's been awesome. Talon Roland on defense, kind of our backer. We've got, I could go down the list. We've got a lot of really good football players. We've got a good football team. So there's some guys that I didn't give a specific shout out to that are doing a really, really nice job. But I'm pleased with our group as a whole.
Did you come out of tonight's contest relatively healthy?
Yeah, we're in good shape. Knock on wood, we've been pretty fortunate with that all season long. So we feel like we're at full strength going into the district championship game.
And you've got Rockbridge in the district championship. What do you know about the Bruins?
Yeah, we're familiar with Rockbridge. We played them in the district championship last year down at their place. Truthfully, we went down there and kind of got our butts beat a little bit. So it's been a little bit of motivation as we've gone through the offseason. Rockbridge has been a team that we've talked about for the last 365. So our kids are really, really fired up about the opportunity to play that one, and being at home is going to be something that we think will be a little bit of an advantage for us. I know that their offense is high-powered. The Brady Davison, the quarterback, is Northern Illinois commit. He slings that thing all over the place. He's one of the best, if not the best, quarterback in the state of Missouri, and they've got a ton of speed. So they're gonna definitely provide some challenges for us. But we've been keeping an eye on them all season long, and we're really, really excited about the opportunity to go play a good football team.
Coach, and again, we're visiting with Brett Wiggers, head football coach at Troy Buchanan. What at 10-0, obviously you've had a tremendous season up to this point. Still another month to go in the season here. What do you feel like right now you're doing really well as a team?
I think our kids have done a really nice job of battling through adversity. Whenever things haven't gone our way, as I described our ball game earlier from this evening, we had a couple things not go our way early on, but they've done a great job of sticking together. The camaraderie our guys have, I think it's been really, really good, and it's helped us have success. I think a lot of it has to do with the way that we handle our off season. We're very committed. We ask more from a commitment standpoint than what a lot of programs do. We train at 5:30 in the morning, 4 days a week during the off season. And I think that our success isn't accidental. There's a reason that we've had success, and it's because of the way that we have gone about building our program and the way that our kids work during the off season.
Well, outstanding. Well, Coach, as always, I greatly appreciate you being generous with your time here. Congratulations on a victory, and hopefully we'll get to visit with you as the postseason rolls on.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate you for having me. Have a great night.
You too.
All right, bye.
Coach Brett Wiggers there from Troy Buchanan, 70-25, the final there in that contest. Going to bring in to the show right now from Alan Hilliard Sports. Alan Hilliard will join us. And Alan, anything from tonight surprise you at all?
I've been looking at some of the scores there. The Lebanon score really surprised me, the difference in that ball game. I figured that would have been a more closer than a 3-score ball game in that.
Yeah, and you had another big night from Jax Glendenning, who is already the career record holder in yards for Lebanon High School. And I believe he maybe moved into maybe the top 25 historically. And then, of course, he got the big touchdowns, some big carries. But any of the other games, from around, I was surprised to see Eureka get beat, being the 1 seed in that district. And, that's going to open the doors there in that district as well.
Oh, absolutely. Looking at the matchups here on the Misha site right now, and 8-3 Washington. You can never underestimate a team that is considered the underdog, but should be a good matchup between the two here. Washington and looks like Wildwood, or Lafayette Wildwood, would play each other here in the championship of that one.
Right, we'll run through some of those and maybe later on in the show, we can. Of course, we don't have a whole lot of time left, and we've still got three coaches lined up here to come on, but kind of flying through it. It makes it a lot of fun when you've got coaches that are a part of the show, and we've got 418 viewers right now just on the restream. I don't know how many people are watching there. I know we've got a message here from Twitter. Fort Osage Indians, my Fort Osage Indians lost 36-6 to St. Pius. So St. Pius X there ends that person's fandom at 36-6. But you can send us a message. Go to YouTube or Twitter or Facebook, and you can actually type in messages there right on the page. So as we start to kind of look at what's going to happen next week, obviously you've got a big matchup there. We talked with Coach Ryan Boyer there at Warsaw. They're going to welcome in Lebanon. You've got Troy Buchanan and Rockbridge. We just got done visiting with Coach Wiggers there, and he talked about the fact that, last year Rockbridge got them pretty handily, to finish out their season. Are there any? I know we haven't had a chance really to look at all of the matchups for next week. But has anything kind of jumped out at you? Maybe that Lebanon Elias in a rematch, Troy Buchanan and Rockbridge in a rematch from last year, or maybe it's Mount Vernon and Stratford.
Well, just looking at Southwest. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Just looking at Southwest Missouri there, I mean, there's a lot of familiar matchups next week for championships. You have Joplin at Nixa. You got Republic at Branson and Webb City at Carthage, and then Bolivar at West Plains. So, and then Mount Vernon at Stratford. So there's some very good ball games lined up for next week for district championships right now, just in Southwest Missouri, not counting some of these Central Missouri and St. Louis matchups.
Yeah, I've got someone responding here on our chat page. It's at Stratford versus Mount Vernon and I believe this person is a Stratford fan who doesn't realize I graduated at Mount Vernon, but it's okay. I always enjoy visiting with the folks at Stratford. Tim Hester and Ryder Ross were both at the Quarterback Club Awards Banquet. Ryder Ross was the Offensive Player of the Year for the Springfield Area Quarterback Club on the small schools. Had a tremendous season, and that's going to be a handful for Mount Vernon. And that game will be at Stratford next Friday night. Coming up here in just a moment, we'll have Coach Nick Bear from Seckman will be joining us, and they've got they've kind of got it rolling right now too, as they are 10-0. They defeat Oakville tonight, 34-7, and they've got a very good Jackson team coming up on the 15th next Friday night.
Yeah, and another score that I don't believe that you did notice yet is Gateway out of St. Louis is still undefeated. They picked up a victory today over Union.
I got Oak Grove over St. Michael, 24-23. KIP. Is this KIP Kansas City or is it KIPP? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's the KIP Kansas City.
Oh, KIP Kansas. I need to pronounce it correctly.
Yeah.
Because they won tonight, so we'll have to do it again next week.
But yeah, 26-18 final there on the Misha site.
And Festus over North County, 35-10. Is the Misha site back up?
Yes, it is working again. It had a hiccup for a minute.
All right, we're gonna come call Coach Bear a call here real quick, but we'll be.
Hello?
Hey, Coach Bear, welcome to the show, and I apologize, I missed your call.
Oh, no problem. Happy to be here.
Coach, big win tonight. You go to 10-0 with the win over Oakville, 34-7. Tell us about tonight's contest.
Well, conference opponent, a team we're very familiar with. They're next to Fox. They're pretty much a close school close to us. We're kind of getting a nice little rivalry with those guys. We'd already played them earlier in the year. They came down to the Valley tonight. It was a close one, 0-0 after the first quarter, 14-0 at half. And, we came out on the top end, 34-7. So very proud of our guys, getting to 10-0. Winning football games is hard, no matter who you're playing. And, just the consistency we've had all year to get to this point, super proud of them.
Coach, you guys just given up 21 points in the last 4 games. Well, what about your defense is working really well for you right now?
Honestly, it starts with our defensive scheme and my defensive coordinator, Coach Taylor, my defensive line coach, Bobby Jackson, my defensive back coach, Jake Earhart, and my linebacker coach, Matt Unterreiner. Those guys do a great job of game planning, scheming, and getting our guys in the right spot, playing fast and with confidence. And then our boys do a fantastic job of trusting us and then just being physical, putting their bodies on the line, and getting it done.
Coach, who are some of the players right now that are really playing well for you? Any surprises that maybe going into week 1 to where you are now going into week 11? We thought, man, this young man has really figured it out.
Yeah, it's been one of those years where, and I know probably every coach feels it too. It's just like I feel like we've had 3 or 4 years worth of injuries in 1 year. So that list that you described, it's been a next man up mentality all year. I mean, I've said from when we started the beginning of the season, we're probably down 7 or 8 starters, and guys are just stepping up when their names are called, up and down the line. So really proud of our team and our team mentality and just the way guys are playing for each other.
Any chance on getting any of those young men back here during the playoffs?
Yeah, it'll be good. We had a couple shoulders this week, so having a full week of rest and PT and getting a couple of those guys back. We had a concussion, with one of our D linemen this past week at practice. So, it's the name of the game. We're not playing checkers, and hopefully we can get healthy next week for Jackson.
Very good. Well, Coach, you've got Jackson next week. What do you know about them?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good football team. Last year they came down and got up on us quick and then really, and buried us, quite honestly. And, since the clock ticked 0 on our season last year, this has been the game that we wanted to get back to. We knew we wanted a second opportunity. They're a good football team. It's going to be tough, and our guys are going to have to be mentally tough and know that we're going to have to be in it for the whole 4 quarters. It's one of those things where, we haven't been down on the scoreboard all year. We've definitely had adversity at times, but, not against a team like this. So we're going to have to stay together, play as a team, and be proud of the game that we play.
Very good. Well, Coach, again, friend of the show, Nick Bear, head coach at Seckman, is making his 4th or 5th appearance here on the Missouri Sports Network. So, Coach, congratulations, and thank you for always being generous with your time and talking a little Seckman High School football.
No, appreciate it, man. Let's try to get one more here.
All right, you bet. Coach, hey, best of luck, and hopefully we'll get to visit with you again.
Thank you.
All right, have a great evening. That was Coach Nick Bear calling in as Seckman gets a 34-7 victory over Oakville, ending Oakville's season. They defeated them 30-0 earlier this season, and 34-7 tonight, and they've got Jackson. In the 4th quarter, Appleton City leads Drexel 102-62. Now, apparently that has not gone final yet, but with 164 points scored, it ain't no wonder it hasn't gone final. That's a lot of points scored in a high school football game. I'll tell you what, coming up at 10:40, we'll hear from Aaron Fritz from Mid Buchanan, and then at 10:50, Chris Conley will join us from Forsyth High School as they get a win tonight as well, and they advance. So right now, we're going to take a quick timeout. You're listening to Friday Night Live on the Missouri Sports Network. Back after these messages.
I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days.
Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Hey, welcome back to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network. It's 10:38 for any of you out there that are taking medication. If you need to take it at 10:38, you better get it taken because that's what time it is. Hey, I know there's a lot of folks watching on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. Hey, we had a big night tonight on Twitter, kind of 147,000 up to this point. So, hey, send us a message. Where are you listening from? What game were you at? What game are you looking forward to next week? Well, Ed already responded with the Mount Vernon Stratford game, and that'll be a big game in the area. Two teams at the varsity level have never played each other. Mount Vernon's kind of got a host of those in that district as they're in a district with teams that they've never played. They got Mountain Grove tonight, which was very close. Early on, Mount Vernon trailed 7-0, then 14-7. They tied it up at 14, and then in an unfortunate incident late in the second quarter, wide receiver for Mountain Grove ran into an official and fell down, and the ball was intercepted and returned for a touchdown to put Mount Vernon up 21-14 just before the half. And that they never looked back from that time on. You can go to scoreboardguy.net or MissouriSportsNetwork.com. All the scores will be there. We'll have, and you can deduce from those scores who the matchups will be next week based on the seedings. And we'll run through what we have at this point. In 8-man football, and I'm getting an echo all of a sudden. In 8-man football was Lockwood over Liberal. And we welcome to the show now the Mid-Buchanan head football coach, Aaron Fritz. Coach Fritz, thanks so much for your time.
Hey, thanks for having me, Guy. Good to talk to you.
Coach, 11-0 and a big win tonight over a rivalry game with East Buchanan, a team that just played a few weeks ago, and you won 7-3. Tonight you win 20-7. Tell us about tonight's contest.
Well, I mean, we couldn't get out of our own way in the first half, man. Got in the red zone twice and had a really bad fumble and threw a really bad pick. And then when we were backed up in our own territory, we threw a pick, and that's how they scored their touchdown. It was 7-0 at halftime. We couldn't have played worse. We were making mistakes we haven't made all year up front. It was kind of frustrating, to be honest with you. But at halftime, we had a good chat. I didn't have to get on to him. I got a group that's been around for a while. I wouldn't call us old. We only have 6 seniors, but we are experienced. And I told them, like, guys, this is either the end of our season or you're going to come out and play the next 24 minutes like dudes. And we did. Man, we're thinking about our quarterback right now. They came in and call it what it is, but they got him late, and we're waiting for some updates on him. We lost him in the third quarter, but our kids rallied, man, and we scored 2 touchdowns. We had a huge pick six after we scored a long pass on third or fourth down for a touchdown, and and got up, and then we got another big pick and scored another touchdown, and the game was over after that. So I'm proud of our kids, man. It was a wild game, but we found a way.
Coach, other than the young man you just mentioned, you come out of it relatively healthy?
Yeah, I mean, but that's a big loss for us. You're talking about small school football and losing your quarterback, so just hoping I just hope he's okay. Like, I want positive news for him just being healthy in general. Football part doesn't matter.
Coach, you've just given up 16 points in your last 4 games. What about your defense right now is working really well?
We play hard. I mean, those kids play hard. They do whatever they can for each other, and we sprint to the ball, and we play like maniacs. That's a big deal for us. They're just really bought in, and we throw a lot at them, and they take it all on, and they play really hard and do stuff right. So, I'm proud of our kids, man. I really am.
Well, now you've got travel to Brookfield, I believe, next week. They're not on your regular season schedule. What do you know about them?
Absolutely nothing. I didn't try to get any film ahead of time. I didn't try to do anything. I don't know a thing about them. We're going to start working on that here pretty soon. But honestly, that's kind of second to waiting to find out about our young man who's hurt. And then after we get the okay, he's good, hopefully, then we'll get to work. So I know nothing, so I don't have a good answer for you. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I know anytime you lose a member of your family, so to speak, to an injury, that's kind of tough. But I will let you go and get him checked on. Let us know if there's anything we can do. But thoughts and prayers are with you and the program and that young man.
Thank you. We really appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me tonight.
You bet, Coach. Thank you. Coach Aaron Fritz there. That's tough, irregardless of the football, but to lose someone that is your quarterback, but then maybe sounds like it could be kind of serious. So thoughts and prayers to that young man at Mid Buchanan, and we hope that everything is okay and he comes back and gets to play next week. I'm going to slip Alan Hilliard back in here. And, Alan, you've had a chance maybe now to look at a lot more of the scores out there. Anything, that else kind of come out and, kind of surprise you a little bit? I noticed that Appleton City score has now went final 102-74 over Drexel, so 176 points. That's crazy.
Yep, that is the new record for 8-man football, and the crazy thing is the overall football record is 138-0. It's set in 1985 by Lincoln College Prep.
Wow. I seen some folks have been I think you've been posting on here that Oric, they scored 96 back in 2022, but a combination of 176 points scored. My goodness, no wonder the game just got over.
Yep, and I don't see a record for both teams. The record is Princeton in last year, 188. So Oric actually set 176 tied for number 3 in 2022. So I believe they have tied their own record for third place.
I'll be dang. Well, we've got all the scores now, I believe, posted at MissouriSportsNetwork.com. You can just click on the scoreboard guy, scoreboard there, and they'll have all the scores posted. And we can tell you that in 8-man football, in District 1, Lockwood over Liberal 70-0, and they will host Greenfield next week, who defeated New Heights 64-50. In District 2, Archie shuts out Osceola 57-0, and they will host Appleton City, who defeated Drexel 102-74. In District 3, Concordia, they defeat Sweet Springs 49-6, and they will host Slater, who defeated Northwest 32-30. In District 4, Bramer 69-14 over Santa Fe, and they will host Wellington Napoleon, who defeated Hardin Central 39-18. In District 5, Bishop LeBlond, the 1 seed, they defeat DeKalb 78-28. They will host Plattsburgh, who defeated St. Joe Christian 56-48. In District 6, Rockport, Rockport defeats Tarkio 66-20, and they will host West Nottoway, who defeated North Andrew 36-18. In District 7, Albany defeats King City 54-30. They will host Worth County, who defeats Platte Valley 34-30. In District 8 is North Shelby over Knox County 44-42, and they will host Paris, who defeats Schuyler County 86-46. So all 8 districts in 8-man football are at the championship side of their districts, and it looks like all the 1 seeds will host in that district, as that entire district goes chalk with regards to the 1 seeds. So all the 1 seeds will get home games. In Class 1, District 1, St. Vincent defeats Louisiana 26-0. They will host the winner of Hayti and Van Far, who play tomorrow. In the other quarterfinals, Crystal City over Malden 36-8. Charleston defeats Chaffee 50-14. District 2, Tipton over Crestridge 69-0. They will host Salisbury, who defeats Marceline 24-13. Weststrand defeats Colcamp 50-8, and they will host Harrisburg, who defeated Fayette 16-6. And in District 3 was Marionville over Miller 22-0, and Pierce City defeats Windsor 20-8. Adrian over Lincoln 55-14. Ashgrove defeats Midway 36-14. So Pierce City will be at Marionville next week, and Ashgrove will be at Adrian. Class 1, District 4, Penny defeats Maysville 42-0. It was West Platte over Polo 49-19. And the 7 seed, North Platte, defeats Milan 26-6. And Putnam County defeats Scotland County 14-7. So next week, West Platte will be at Hamilton Penny. North Platte will be at Putnam County. Excuse me. And in Class 2, semifinals is Valley Catholic over Kelly 52-14. Caruthersville over East Prairie 41-6. In District 2, Herman defeats St. Pius X 26-19. Bowling Green over Jefferson 60-12. In District 3, Lafayette County defeats South Callaway 42-12. And Father Tolton over Centralia 37-20. So Father Tolton will be at Lafayette County next week. And in District 5, Warsaw over Sarcoxy 39-0, and Lamar defeats Stockton 50-8. So Lamar will travel to Warsaw next week for the district championship in District 5. District 6, Pembroke Hill over Butler 49-6, and KIPP KC Legacy defeats Holden 26-18, so they will be at Pembroke Hill. And in District 7, South Shelby defeats Macon 49-18, and Monroe City over Clark County 48-8, so Monroe City will be at South Shelby. Brookfield in District 8, Brookfield defeats Lawson 28-14, and Mid Buchanan over East Buchanan 20-7, and Mid Buchanan will be at Brookfield next week. In Class 3, District 1, Dexter defeats Fredericktown 56-20, St. Genevieve over Park Hill Central 26-16. In District 2, Live for Life over Borgia, and that is an upset. Live for Life was the 4 seed, Borgia the 1 seed, 42-2. They win, and they will travel to either John Burroughs or St. Clair. That game will be tomorrow. And in District 3, Hallsville, the 5 seed, defeats St. Charles West 26-22, and Moberly over And we welcome to the show now Forsyth head coach Chris Conley. Coach, thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, no problem, guys. I'd love to talk about the boys.
Coach, a big win tonight, 31-28 over East Newton. Tell us about tonight's contest.
Yeah, it was a heck of a football game. East Newton, man, they're really, really good 6 seed coming in. You look at some of their scores, and they lost a lot of games close and, played in a really tough conference. And, man, had a good team overall. And, we kind of fell down early. I take it back, I think their first drive, I believe we got a pick. We scored in about 5 plays, hopped up 7-0, feeling pretty good about ourselves. Made them punt, got the ball back, and then, man, we turn the ball over inside our own, 25 then, and led to a score. And we kind of gathered ourselves together, battled back, kicked a field goal, I want to say 25-yarder or so, field goal on 4th down, kicked it. We go up 10-7, they get a big return on special teams. We get a helmet-to-helmet hit. They tacked on 15. So, they're starting on the 18 going in. I mean, it's tough to stop anybody there. And, they scored and retook the lead. And then, we kind of traded some punts, moved the ball a little bit. And then they scored with about 2 minutes to go in the first half. And they were up 21-16. And then, we just kept playing football. We kept telling the guys, keep playing, keep believing, keep battling. I think we punted our first drive, got a stop, went down and scored early, first play of the 4th quarter. Then, and we were down. We went for 2, I believe. Yeah, and then we were up 24-21. They answer. They drive down, hit a big play, kind of a interesting Travis Kelce play. They get a big run. They get going. We track the guy down, and he pitched it back. Never seen that in a high school game. Pitched it back, and they, took it the rest of the way and scored. And then, I think that actually happened in the 3rd quarter, honestly. And then we kind of scored early 4th, and then just got a big stop, huge sack on 3rd down, and man, we got the ball back with about 9 minutes to go, and we just ran the clock, just leaned on our offensive line. So,
Coach,
you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Talk about some of the young men are playing really well for you right now.
Yeah, man. Obviously, our offensive line, man, the big boys up front, they just did such an awesome job. We leaned on them all night. I mean, we got 2 1,000-yard rushers on the season. They actually got that week 10. So two guys on the team averaging over 100 yards a game, and I mean, they're heck of football players. Those guys are Braxton Gross and Tamarcus Holmes. But man, the offensive line, we've really leaned on them all year. And they were huge in that 4th quarter. We scored and took I kind of messed my timeline up. We scored and took the lead, 31-28 early 4th. And like I said, man, we had the ball off for 9 minutes. And I mean, your running backs don't do that on their own. Linemen just, kept matriculating, taking time off the clock, getting first down, 3-4 yards a pop. And finished the game, ball in hand. It kind of took away their chances there. Case Calhoun for us kicking that huge field goal. We kind of had a little mishap where we didn't have a young guy, run out and didn't get out there on the kickoff team, and then we had the extra point blocked and whatnot. So for him to bounce back and like I said, hit that field goal essentially kind of was a game winner there, and then all those extra points. So, man, that was huge, a first-time football player for us, and came out just overall great athlete. Want to brag about my boy Raleigh Fisher. Raleigh Fisher has about 800 yards rushing and, 9 touchdowns or so. We had to move him to offensive line, with an injury that we have, and man, he just took it in stride and, man, just really stepped up and, state linebacker for us and just great, tough kid, strong kid. And, yeah, really, really proud of him and what he was willing to do. A lot of times, you try to move a guy to offensive line and, they don't want to do that. But, man, he volunteered, and, man, he's been huge for us.
Coach, did you come out of tonight's contest relatively healthy?
Yeah. The usual little football bangs. Guys banged up, rolled ankle, guys taking a couple shots and whatnot. So, yeah, just trying to be, safe as possible and clean as possible. So, I mean, you know how it is. It's a football game, man, hard-hitting football game. So they're gonna be kind of banged up.
Now you get to travel to Seneca. Here in week 12. What do you know about the Indians?
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously good. Undefeated. Heck of a football team. I mean, have been for a few years now. Under Coach Hilburn. He does an awesome job up there, and yeah, they're good, man. They're good. They're the real deal. So I'm gonna go up there and play a heck of a football game. So.
Well, outstanding. Well, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight and advancing to the.
Hey, I do want to add this. We got a young program. This is the first time that our football team's ever been to a district championship game. So the program, I believe, is 8 years. This is the 8th year of varsity football and competing for Class 3 district championship. And extremely proud of the guys. Love those guys, man, and just want to, like I said, keep cracking on them.
Well, outstanding. Congratulations. And best of luck as you go to Seneca next week and go get a win there, and we'll get you back on and let you talk about them some more.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Hey, you bet. Thanks, Coach.
Yep. See ya.
Bye. Chris Conley there, the head coach at Forsyth as they advance to the district championship. A tall task in front of them with regards to Seneca, who is very good and have been all year They've got to the state championship game a year ago. We'll continue on here. We'll finish out these scores in District 3. It was Hallsville, and I've already read that. In District 4 of Class 3, it was, let's see here, Blair Oaks over Southern Boone, 66-0. Booneville defeats Knobnoster 40-13. Stratford over St. James 42-20, and they will host Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon defeats Mountain Grove 35-21. District 6, Seneca over Aurora 41-6. Forsyth defeats East Newton 31-28. District 7, Odessa over Summit Christian 52-6. And Oak Grove defeats St. Michael 24-21. District 8, Cameron upsets the 1 seed Richmond 35-20, so they will travel to Maryville, who shuts out Chillicothe 35-0. In Class 4, District 1 was Festus over North County 35-10. Perryville defeats Hillsboro 21-7. In District 2, Gateway over Union 14-13, and Pacific defeats Sullivan 42-20. In District 3, Class 4 was Lutheran North 52-0 over Jennings, and they will host the winner of Miller Career and University City, who play tomorrow. In Class 4, District 4 was Parkway North over Fort Zumwalt East 42-20, and Orchard Farm defeats Westminster Christian 39-0. Class 4, District 5, Warrenton over Osage 42-7. Hannibal defeats Mexico 42-27. In Class 4, District 6, West Plains, they hang on. They defeat Logan Rogersville in a good game, 34-27. And Bolivar avenges a loss from a couple of weeks ago to Carl Junction, 24-6. So Bolivar will travel to West Plains in a rematch of a game that Bolivar won earlier this season. In District 7, it was Pleasant Hill over Harrisonville, 43-20. Warrensburg defeats Nevada, 28-26. In District 8 was Kearney over Van Horn, 49-7. 49-7, and Savannah over Smithville, 11-10. It's breaking news here. Borgia head football coach Dale Glidehouse has retired after 38 years as the head football coach at Borgia High School. Class 5, District 1, Cardinal Ritter defeats St. Mary's 38-0. It was Cape Central over Poplar Bluff, 28-21. District 2, in the upset of the night maybe, Washington defeats Eureka 14-13, and Lafayette over Rockwood Summit 49-7. District 3, Hazelwood East defeats Ladue 43-16, and MICDS over Chaminade 48-14. In District 4, Fort Zumwalt West upsets Fort Zumwalt North 35-31, and North Point upsets Liberty 21-20. So you will have the 3 seed hosting the 4 seed in the district championship. In District 5, it was Elias over Camden 10-45-17, and Lebanon defeats Capital City 44-24. District 6, Branson over Glendale 50-29, and Republic defeats Hillcrest 54-27. In District 7, it was Carthage over Neosho 35-14, and Webb City defeats Green Valley 21-9. In District 8, it was Platte County shutting out St. Joe Central 50-0, and St. Pius X over Fort Osage 36-6. In Class 6, Seckman defeats Oakville 34-7, and Jackson over Lindbergh 31-14. District 2, CBC defeats Marquette 48-0, and Kirkwood over Francis Howe 42-14. District 3, DeSmet defeats Pattonsville 48-31, and Slough over Rittenhour 43-40. Class 6, District 4, Troy Buchanan over Francis Howe Central 70-25, and Rockbridge defeats St. Dominic 35-14. Class 6, District 5, Nixa defeats Ozark 35-8, and Joplin over Kickapoo 21-7. In Class 6, District 6, Lee Summit North 42-7 over Raypeck, and Lee Summit 17-14 over Rockhurst, setting up a rematch between Lee Summit North and Lee Summit. In Class 6, District 7, Blue Springs South over Blue Springs 19-14, and Liberty defeats Liberty North 13-10. So we will have a new Class 6 state champion. And in District 8, it was Park Hill over Park Hill South 54-7, and Oak Park defeats North Kansas City 60-20. Again, for everyone out there listening, hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the messages on our chat board. As we get more used to this, we will be chatting more and more with folks right here while we're doing the live show. I appreciate all the coaches that called in. You can hear a replay of this show tomorrow. And hey, go to our YouTube page and like us on YouTube. Go to our Facebook page. Go to our Facebook page and like us. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe. My apologies. I got that backwards. And thank you to Mark St. Clair, head coach at Bowling Green, for being a part of it. Nix's head coach, John Perry. Hannibal's head coach, Jeff Geschwender. Warsaw's head coach, Ryan Boyer. Troy Buchanan head coach, Brett Wiggers. Seckman head coach, Nick Bear. Mid-Buchanan head coach, Aaron Fritz. And Forsyth head coach, Chris Conley. You've been listening to Friday Night Live on the Missouri Sports Network. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart,